AI. Oof. Right. AI as a trader. What am I using it for? Well, what I'm not using it for is to trade. That's for one thing. What I am using it for is research. Um, for me, right now, I know there's a lot of people that have used it for a lot more, or are using it for a lot more, much more tech savvy people. But for me as a trader, I'm using it basically for me. Chat, no, sorry, I hate ChatGPT. I'll run through them in a sec. The AIs, I'm using them as instead of the Google prompt. That's it. It's replaced the Google prompt. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you haven't tried them, you go to Google, you type in, um, give me a list or gold stocks on the US stock exchange. And then from there, you'll have to go into the links and look up your information. That's Google, right? Well, so what I now do is I go to my AI prompt and I say, list me 10 gold stocks listed on the US stock market. And out it'll come, spitting out the stocks. And then from there, you can ask it further questions. And the best thing about the one I use is that it references its source. So you can always, if you want to check the information, go to the source article where that AI engine got it from. So which AI engine? Well, I started with ChatGPT like everyone else because that was the first one that kind of came out. It started driving me mad when the errors were so great and so mundane that I lost faith in ChatGPT. It also was most definitely being pushed down a narrative. So whenever I asked it slightly awkward questions, it very much towed a line that I wasn't comfortable with. It had definitely been bent in a certain direction, it wasn't a true answer. And sometimes it would refuse to give an answer. So anyway, I then tried Claude, Perplexity, is it Bard? Anyway, I've settled on Grok. The reason being, it's in X, it's in Twitter as one of the tabs. So often having Twitter open to read the news, I'll go down to Grok. So it's already open on a tab sort of thing. It's easy to get to. And then the prompt is nice. It's free. And then so far, I've found much less errors than in ChatGPT. ChatGPT could not add 200,000 and 100,000 together. I appreciate that's not what it's for. I'm learning slowly what an LLM, which is a AI engine, what it actually is. And it doesn't seek the truth. It doesn't it doesn't have logic. It's just grabbing out a bunch of information and then guessing what it should be saying to you. So it's very much an inaccurate response engine. However, if you copy paste in documents, if you and you want to understand them, it's very good at that. It's very good at even creating documents. Say you want a tenancy agreement or some kind of NDA or anything like that. I found it really good at creating those types of documents or reading those types of documents. For example, the other day I bought something and the company, I said, oh, cancel the order, I want my money back. And they didn't want to give me my money back. So I went to the terms and conditions, copy pasted them into Grok, and I said, because the terms and conditions didn't seem to make sense. So I said, do these terms and conditions make sense to you? Can you compare them to the Consumer Rights Act 2015 and tell me where they don't comply? And it came out with 6 things. It said these 6 parts of these terms and conditions do not comply with the Consumer Rights Act. Anyway, that gave me the material to press home my point with this company that no, I do get a refund because of, well, in the UK there's distance selling rules, there's cool-off rules, there's if you haven't performed the task yet, you can get your money back rules. Anyway, Grok was very handy in working out these big pieces of information and comparing it to others and summarizing. It's really good at that, and that's probably the best part. And then, so then working with it, basically I treat it like an assistant. When I had a problem with some technical stuff, I just said, oh, is there a workaround for, I think it was some audio? Is there a solution for flickering lights on my Velfire, on my Toyota? Stuff like that. And it comes up with great answers, saving you clicking through a dozen links on Google search. So that's how I'm using AI. Last night, my daughter needed help with her English homework. It was getting late, it's like 10:30. And rather than read chapter 1 of Romeo and Juliet by Shakespeare, we quickly asked for a summary from Grok. And then we actually posed the homework question to Grok just to kind of spark the answers. And it was really good and helped us just speed up the process, almost like having another person in the room who had actually read the book. So, sorry, I keep hearing noises and thinking like someone's about to come in. So yeah, it's been super handy with many, many things. Just before you quote it, check the accuracy if there's details in there like numbers or facts. You need to fact check it, and you need to math check it, because I have found errors on ChatGPT, not yet on Grok. I'm way behind the curve when it comes to AI agents and kind of APIing into these AI engines. Nowhere near that. I wish I could. So for me, it's just very much I'm treating it like an assistant and like a Google search engine. So if you've never used it before, I'd personally say go with Grok on x.com. I hope that's useful. And then literally just treat it like you would an assistant, a 24/7 assistant, but do fact check them. And with regards to trading, yeah, you can ask it any trading question. It comes up with all sorts of answers, and then you can try and, I often try and get Grok in a corner. I try and trap it. So I ask it one question that I know the answer to, and then I flip it, and then I try and trap it. It can be quite fun. Apparently, I was hearing today that people are using it as a way of like self-diagnosing mental issues. So they sit there and they say, Grok, for the next, what you're going to do is act like a psychologist, ask me all the questions and probe into my mental health, and let's resolve my mental health issues. And apparently Grok then starts asking the questions, it remembers what it's asked before, it goes through all that information it has in its database of how to treat someone on the couch. And I haven't done this, I was just listening to two guys today talking about it. And they said they found it very therapeutic. Anyway, that's just another angle, and with all the mental health stuff going on, maybe that's up your street, but you can literally use it as, I use it as an assistant, you can use it as a psychotherapist, maybe as a doctor, maybe use it as a coding buddy, as an engineering buddy, as a homework buddy. It's all really good stuff and very useful. And I'd recommend, just if you're not using an AI tool, really get stuck in and just ask it anything. What's a good dinner to have if I want to eat less red meat, be healthier and sleep better? Just, it has all sorts of fascinating information. Anyway, I've gone way off track. I've gone around the houses. I've talked about psychologists and trading and anyway. So I figured I should actually just show you Grok quickly. So when you go to X, 4 down is this Grok thing. Like, I know if you're my mum, you won't have used an AI engine. So if I was to talk to her right now, this is what I'd show her. I'd say, here you go, mum, x.com, log in, because I know you like reading the news. Come down to Grok, and then ask it anything. So what, my mum's always fascinated with the weather. What will the weather in UK, Suffolk, Ipswich be tomorrow? Mostly dry conditions, extensive spells of wintry sunshine after any early lingering cloud clears in the morning. The day will be accompanied by a gentle, light westerly breeze. And that's based on information. And then here are your sources that it's gone to? And then, you know, let's say it's the summer, and you could say, when is it next going to rain? Now it remembers what you said previously, or at least I think it does. And then here we go. According to it's remembered Ipswich, Suffolk. The next significant chance of rain appears to be on Tuesday, with rain possibly arriving later in the day. However, keep in mind that weather forecasts can change. It's advisable to take a closer look closer to the day for more accurate updates. So, you know, you can really, I mean, I've heard of some people falling in love with their AI tool, and I think some have been made to kind of respond to you. But anyway, this is how you'd sort of start off. If you were my mum, this is what I'd say. And then, you know, suggest a shepherd's pie recipe for tonight. You know, my mum would say something like that, for tonight. Here we go, ingredients, classic shepherd's pie you can make tonight, blah, blah, blah. And there it is. Further mashed topping, and then it gives you all of what to do. See, it's saying assemble the pie, bake, serve, all there, all the information you need. So, you know, it really is brilliant. And yeah, actually now, this is actually making me think, and I bet if you've got a mother, you should be, I need to show my mum how to use this, because maybe she'd call me a little less, although I do like mum calling. Maybe just showing her this would give her, you know, some quick and easy answers. Like today, she was saying, how can I turn my alarm on my Samsung phone? I don't know which specific model, because she doesn't. See how it copes with that one. Yeah, open the clock app. It knows how to go to it. It goes to alarms, set the time of the alarm. If you want to enable existing alarm. See, it gives her all the information to set that alarm. And that was what she called me for. How do I set my alarm on my phone? I mean, you know, it's brilliant. And I think for a lot of maybe 60 plus, they're not even at this stage yet. You know, the kids might be building AI agents and attaching this to their Yahoo Mail and making it code for them. And one guy apparently has 24 AI engines working for him round the clock. But for someone like my mum, she wants to know the weather and a recipe for spaghetti bolognese that doesn't need beef, you know, stuff like that. So it's, can I say bloody brilliant? It's bloody brilliant. And this will only get better, which is the best thing, because the accuracy is not great, but it's a great starting point, isn't it? Considering it's not really old technology yet. This is new technology. And yeah, brilliant. All right, that's it.